Yes, my name is Declan Troy. I'm Assistant Director of Research at the Irish Agriculture and Food Development Agency. My background is biochemistry and I specialised in meat science. So I've been head of meat research departments over the last number of years. But more recently I've taken on a number of roles. I'm actually currently head of the food research programme in our agency, but I'm also a Director of Technology and Knowledge Transfer at our state agency, Teagasc. Teagasc is part of the Department of Agriculture that's in Ireland, and it's given the responsibility to support science-based innovation in the Irish food and agriculture sector. Food and agriculture to Ireland is of immense importance. To give an example, 90% of what we produce in Ireland is exported as high-value commodity goods. So in fact, we must hit the right markets in terms of safety, quality, shelf life, etc. And that's why we really are required to underpin our industry with high-quality science. I've really enjoyed the Montreal conference. I think it's a spectacular event. I've been in Montreal once before at a meat congress, so this is my second time here. I find the biggest impact and noticeable aspect has been how friendly people are. And I'm not talking about just the Montreal people, but actually the delegates here. They're so engaging, they're so engaging to each other in terms of their science and the topics. And I have received an awful lot of feedback from the conference on our stand, which is promoting the Dublin Congress. One particular highlight I thought was today's keynote speech and speaker, and particularly the take-home message that greening sustainability is much wider than it was at first thought of. The whole social science aspect, how consumers embrace it, how the retailers must embrace it, going right back to the farm is really interesting. Also, the emphasis on the huge and immense challenges we have in sort of leaving the planet in a better state than we'll leave it to our younger generation. And particularly, I mean, the environment, the amount of waste, both at the pre-harvest stage and at the post-harvest stage. So I thought that together really summed up and set a really challenging trend and thought-provoking aspect of the conference. Yeah, we are absolutely delighted and honoured to be able to host the Congress and to be honoured the baton, the Olympics of food science in this case. We find it also most rewarding that it's our second time to hold a conference. We held it back in 1983. And one of the main reasons for really, making an intensive bid to hold this and winning the bid is the fact that in Ireland, as I mentioned, we really do depend on the agri-food sector as a major, central and important economic aspect of our economy. And therefore, we really feel that we have a lot to say about the agri-food sector, certainly not just in Ireland or Europe, but actually globally. And I think the fact that the world is getting much smaller in terms of communications, we can all learn off each other. So all the four continents, which are really represented under IUFOST, will come together in Ireland and really exchange important, innovative ideas and technologies in which hopefully will provide solutions in terms of sustainability, feeding a growing population, protecting the environment and reducing waste. So what we're planning at the moment, and our website will be launched on Thursday and at the end of this conference, what we're really planning is really high-level keynote speakers that really tell stories but actually interconnect, so that we won't have a series of isolated talks. They'll actually be interconnected in a way such that at the end of the day all our delegates and participants will really feel they've got a good grasp of the challenge and hopefully the solutions going forward. We really are going to also welcome the many delegates to the conference, and we'd like to showcase what Ireland can offer, not only in terms of the quality of its own food and drink, which it's proudly known for, but also the hospitality and friendship and the comradeship that we'd hope to share. We'll also be focusing very much on the youth, the postgraduate and the postdoctoral delegates. We really think they are the future, and we hope to really make sure they go home with a lot of messages and a lot of worthwhile thoughts. And one thing we're hoping to do is certainly allow these young folk to engage seriously with senior researchers from all around the world, senior scientists, and that they really get some positive contact engagement with the researchers and scientists globally, in which case they hopefully can contribute to the mentoring of the students and develop relationships, collaborations, and hopefully joint proposals. One other aspect is very much focused on as well, given that Ireland is part of Europe, is that we'll be focusing on the research landscape in Europe. The European Union, under its Horizon 2020 programme, is investing billions of euros in research, and we really do feel that the agri-food stakeholders globally can avail of some of this funding, and IUFOST in Dublin hopefully will be the beginning of that type of cooperation.